How's it going, boys, girls, and squirrels, and welcome to me coping with a haircut I don't like. So that's the update with me. I just got it, literally just got from the salon. Don't love it, you don't get to see it. Oh, but Danny, anything's gotta be better than that gross emo look you have going on. Well, to that I say, don't be mean to me. I'm very fragile. Most of you should already know this. What's the matter with you? Who taught you to behave this way? What's wrong? Nobody ever raised you? We're gonna look a little edgy today. Maybe for the next several months. But you know what? This is a pretty edgy show, so I think it's kind of fitting. I think if I can't rock my All-American Rejects vibes for Soul Eater, then what can I rock it for? Speaking of Soul Eater, let's watch some of that.
Which way is up? Which way is down? Where am I supposed to go?
Which way is up? Which way is down? Why is my penis bleeding? I'd like an answer to all of my questions, but if I have to settle for just one, please make it the latter. Can people stop coming out of other people? What is with all the dick imagery in this show? I thought he was bursting out of a delicious raspberry pie, not becoming Maka's cock. What is with this show? Either somebody's dick is bleeding or it's turning into a person. And honestly, I don't know which one is worse.
I'm alright. I'll be okay. I just had a bad dream, that's all.
What an absolutely relationship-ruining dream. Have you ever had a dream about somebody where they fuck you over, and the whole next day you're pissed off at them even though they didn't actually do anything wrong? If I had a dream where I became my best friend's dick, I would never look at them again. And then probably kill myself.
Alright then, Soul. I'm going to head home. Unless you need something, are you thirsty?
Dude, what is this poster? Is that a JoJo's reference? Is this a JoJo's character advertising the importance of vitamin C?
It's not gonna do any good to get Soul worried about me. Papa?
Come up to the roof with me. We can watch the sunset.
Come up to the roof with me. We can watch the sun scream right before the moon comes out and cries blood.
I'm too big for that. Stars don't clean. Isn't there anything better for me to do, like when we beat up you and the crazy professor?
Do you think the school killed this guy off for tax purposes or something? I know they said it was to train the students, but do you think the school gets a big tax write-off if one of the faculty members dies? I'm sorry, Sid, but we're gonna have to turn you into a zombie. Unfortunately, it is the best way to teach the students. Right. And you're not just saying that because the government waives our taxes if a teacher dies, are you? Do they? I had no idea. Oh my, tax write-off? I had no... Kill him!
Charisma Justice is awesome! He's almost as big a star as I am. I never knew they had comic books in the library.
The show better get out of here with its library propaganda, or I'm gonna start reacting to a different series. I'm not gonna let Big Library trick me into thinking that reading is cool.
What does the cover say? Excalibur?
Almost Excalibur.
Is this the episode? Is this the episode everyone's been telling me about? Am I finally going to meet Excalibur? I get 3 types of comments on my Soul Eater videos. Fire Force is a prequel to Soul Eater, you need a Finnish banana fish, and Excalibur is the best character in the show. The first one I know, so shut up. The second one I know, so shut up. And the third one I am genuinely excited about.
Look at that, Maka. You see how ridiculous the sun looks trying to fight off sleep? Pretty funny.
Pretty cosmically frightening, actually. Why can the sun fall asleep? Why is it going to bed early? It can't even be bothered to be awake while it's in the sky? What is it, clocking out early?
Hey, you shouldn't be reading in this light. It's bad for your eyes.
Really? Did I just start off by lecturing her?
At least you actually sounded like an adult for once. It's better than telling her about the latest prostitute you slept with.
How do you feel about Mama? Be honest.
Don't show any hesitation. That's easy. I love her.
What do you call that 5-second pause it took you to answer? What do you think hesitation is?
Then how come you cheated on her all the time?
Your move, dipshit! What happened to no hesitation? How did you go from no hesitation to only hesitation? Staring silently at Maka for 10 uninterrupted seconds is hesitation in its truest form.
I'm in big trouble!
Hang in there. Millions of men everywhere are on your side.
Don't run away from this.
Wait, hold on a second, you greasy bastard! No, we are not! Who are these millions of men you're talking about? Don't rope me into this just because you like cheating on your wife. You can't just turn to your daughter and be like, everybody cheats on their wife, Maka. It's not that weird. Don't be like, don't worry, I have the whole male community on my side here. I'm not getting in trouble for your cheating ass.
Listen, Maka. Papa loves you and Mama more than anything in the world. And that's the truth. It's the truth. It is the truth.
I can't wait for this show to try and redeem this guy's decision to cheat on his wife. I can't wait for the tragic sob story about how it was actually super cool and sympathetic for this dude to sleep with 30 women.
Kid's not here. Where'd he go? In there, maybe?
Black Star? I can't come down, there's water. My pants are going to get wet.
Are you a cat? Are you some kind of cat man? Is that what the C in your OCD stands for? Obsessive cat disorder?
No doubt about it. That's it. The holy sword Excalibur.
This is kind of hype, not gonna lie. What's cooler than a real-life, actual famous sword? Really think about that. Excalibur is pretty much just the Santa Claus of swords. Out of all of the swords in history, out of all of the potentially magical fictional swords, Excalibur is the only one that humanity, for some reason, has just unanimously agreed to pretend existed. Like, people talk about Excalibur with the same cheekiness they talk about Santa Claus. I really couldn't come up with a more apt metaphor.
A magnificent sword which can only be pulled out by the chosen hero. By me.
I love that. That's like the ultimate Excalibur fantasy, right? Like every 10-year-old fantasizes about accidentally stumbling upon Excalibur with the attitude of like, oh, what's this? Some dumbass sword and a dumbass rock? Might as well give it a tug. And then just like sliding it out like it's cutting through warm butter. Why is Excalibur a whore in this show? Are we sure this isn't just a loose sword? I was fine with Black Star flawlessly pulling it out, but this thing can't just be slipping out of its rock for just anybody.
How incredibly lame!
How dare you? Look at this dapper little Jen. This guy's adorable. But like, what kind of reaction were you hoping for? How was anybody supposed to respond to that? That was embarrassing, dude. That was hard to look at. I hope you're embarrassed. That's not how you talk to another person. Even a dog would probably bite you for doing that to them.
These Meisters feared death above all else. Their constant battles left them frightened, broken, and they took to hunting human souls.
This looks exactly like the thesis film I made for my animation class back in college. Like, shockingly close to it. I'll have Tom, like, do something, like show a bit of it or something like that, but it's on my page. You can find it on YouTube. I'll link it. Looks just like this. Wow. And all this time, I thought I was a bad animator. Turns out, I'm on par with Soul Eater.
Secretly feeding their weapons the souls of innocent humans. As a result, a Kishin was born into this world.
Oh, okay. So Kishins are Meisters who fed their weapons innocent human souls. So what was Al Capone? Just Al Capone? Was he not a Kishin? Was Jack the Ripper not? I'm so confused. What is this world if not hell? And don't just be like, oh, that's Vegas, baby. This taking place in Nevada has not helped me at all.
Are you still hard at work like a good boy, Black Star? Ooh, see what you can do if you put your mind to it?
Oh my god, I loved seeing him that excited. That was low-key adorable. He was hyped to see this room cleaned. He was all like, now, let's see what you've done. Ooh, great job, Black Star. Didn't know you had it in ya.
You're the holy sword? In the top hat? Seriously?
You're one to talk in that funny outfit.
This guy rules. Look at his little hat. Look at his little pajamas. Why does he look like this? What is he? Excuse me. What are you?
As I said, my legend begins in the 12th century. My mornings begin with a cup of coffee with cream at the cafe.
I love this dainty little bitch so much. I don't even care what he is. I just care that he's happy.
And my evenings...
Let me guess, Booze. Sounds right for an old guy like you.
In the evening, I change into my pajamas.
Change into your pajamas? What are you wearing now?
Do you know what this hat is?
Huh?
I asked, do you know what this hat is?
How should we know that?
It appears to be made of silk, if that's what you mean.
Fools!
Why was this character written specifically for me? This is like my exact humor personified. Personified into a weird little duck man. Him just shouting fools without ever changing his facial expression is so funny to me. I don't think I've ever liked a joke character this much since Bill Watkins in Spy Family.
Yeah, right. Who'd ever want a sword like you?
Useless piece of metal.
No, what? Take him with you! What a guy! They'd better go back for Excalibur at some point. It would be inexcusable not to. This dude's the best. This guy's the life of the party. I know every episode a new character becomes my new favorite unironic or ironic character. Excalibur has now become both. My favorite ironic character, my favorite unironic character, my favorite anime character, my favorite concept. He's just a goofy little dude. He's the best. Nothing is better than Excalibur. Certainly nothing that this show has to offer. The only thing that even comes close to being better than him is the content on my Patreon page. My Food Wars reactions are pretty good, but I think my Blue Locker reactions could definitely beat out Excalibur in terms of just being the best something. Getting to chat with me and over 1,000 other members of our wonderful little community, personally in my own private Discord server, is also a pretty great thing, and I've also recorded some very funny live streams that are also up on my Patreon. If none of that is better than Excalibur, then at the very least, the fact that subscribing to the Patreon helps support my page and allows me to keep putting out as much content as I do, it definitely takes the cake. Excalibur cannot beat that fact. So if you personally want to be better than Excalibur, make sure you check out the link to my Patreon in the description below. And now, on to the next one.
The camellia blossom, also known as Tsubaki, is a flower without fragrance. It proclaims nothing, blooming in silence.
I am so down for a Tsubaki episode. Are you kidding me? Tsubaki's sick. Bring it on. Tsubaki's the only non-spaz character in this entire show.
Think he's skipping so we can dissect something?
There's no telling with that guy. But don't worry about it. Today'll be cool, especially without Captain Spaz.
See, even Soul agrees. That was a wild coincidence, by the way. The odds of the word spaz showing up in the same episode that I said it are wildly low.
So, where are we?
This is Shin, also known as the Village of Needles.
This place looks like that on purpose? I thought a demon created all of these spikes. Why is this the pointiest town ever?
Frightened souls seem to be more likely to become the enchanted sword's targets. Maybe the villagers are afraid of something.
They're probably afraid of taking a wrong turn down an alley and getting skewered by the town's architecture.
Hey, kid! Just what do you think you're doing up there? Do you realize you're standing on top of the village's guardian deity?
What do you need a guardian deity for? Your town's pretty damn fortified already. Who's gonna come and fuck with your pincushion-ass town? Who wants that kind of smoke? Who's your deity? Spyco, god of thorns?
Black Star, it's not right to attack the elderly.
What was that, young lady? Elderly, I'm still as active as ever all day and all night.
Damn, this dude is ready to pound. He's about to give Tsubaki a ticket to Slam Central Station. I guess I should have expected this town to be horny, considering all of the long, pointy structures jutting out of every building.
There, you see that? He's definitely the enchanted sword.
He's gonna stab her with something, that's for sure. Enchanted sword or not, you guys better get those hips under control.
The Star Clan? Did he really say that? What the hell are you doing here? You murderer!
Oh, what? Is Black Star part of some kind of, like, murder clan? Is he like an Uchiha or something?
Damn. On top of everything else, it's raining.
Yeah, that really is the cherry on top, isn't it, Black Star? On top of every citizen in Knife City hating you and wishing you were dead, it's also a little wet outside.
The tattoo is a symbol of my family, the Star Clan. They were a clan of assassins. Everybody knew that they would do anything for money.
They were a clan of assassins or a clan of ghouls? Why is Nosferatu at the top of that hill?
At the time, I was still just a baby, so they didn't take my soul. That's when the school took me in.
Wait, so how'd you get that gigantic star tattoo then? Did they give you that tattoo when you were a baby? Or did you just grow up thinking it'd be a good idea to rep your old clan that everybody hated? Like, Black Star is essentially walking around with a swastika tattooed onto his arm, right?
I could stand here thinking, or go sleep, or play, or...
Wait, what was that part about you playing? Do you play often? What do you play? I'm sorry, just don't really strike me as the playing type.
The 118th rule in the Death Weapon Meister Academy Handbook states, in the event of an emergency, students are allowed to enter the death room without first obtaining permission.
Yeah, speaking of the death room, do you just, like, live here or something? Like, what does Death do in here all day? Just stand there and be bendy? I never see him do any paperwork or, like, sit in a chair or anything.
The enchanted sword doesn't have a witch with him. He might actually be less dangerous if he was under a witch's supervision.
It's cool hearing them use pronouns to talk about weapons. Like, I keep forgetting that some people in this world are literal weapons. Like, it's cool that they're talking about a sword right now as if it were a guy, because it is.
You see, I think, and therefore I am, and therefore I eat.
And therefore you play, right?
13 years ago we put up those needles. In all that time, we haven't had a single thief come along.
The needles are an actual safety measure, and they're recent? How does any of that work? The needles don't do anything, right? How do they actually stop thieves? This is such clownfish-ass logic. This is like hiding in an anemone to avoid predators.
Not that you have anything to worry about. I'll protect the village like I did in the old days. I'm still just as spry as I used to be. No one can take me.
You used to fuck him to death? Oh, never mind. Fuck the needles. This guy's the real thief deterrent.
Ryoku. Who is this Ryoku? I am the enchanted sword Masamune.
Hey, guardian deity. You gonna step in? So far, the giant needles jutting out of the buildings are doing a lot more protecting than you are. I love knowing that 13 years ago, this town had a thief problem, and somebody was like, okay, but what if we added giant metal spikes to all of the buildings? Why would giant spikes on the buildings stop the thieves from breaking in? Wouldn't they just go around the spikes? Because spikes are scary, dude. Nobody likes spikes. Ryu, that's a terrible idea. But I guess since you're the mayor, okay, spikes everywhere. And then like a month later, that guy was like, yeah, I gotta hand it to you, Ryu. This whole spike thing, not a bad idea. We haven't had trouble in like a month.
The enchanted sword doesn't do that. Instead of matching, he simply takes over a person's soul and controls their body.
Like 5 episodes ago, this show was like, here's our power system, here's how it works, these are the rules. And then every episode after that has introduced a villain that completely breaks that power system. What? That person has a weapon inside of their body, but that's impossible. What do you mean Stein doesn't need to use a weapon to do soul attacks? That's impossible. That weapon possesses people and turns them into meisters? But everything's possible. Shut up. None of you actually know how this power system works.
Just shoot my soul wave like that, and that's all you want me to do?
Oh my god, I think my mind is getting worse. Because that line so wasn't gross, but to me it was. And I know that's my fault. Just shoot my load at him? That's all you want me to do?
I joined the academy in order to hunt down the enchanted sword.
Okay, but you know what? To be fair, look at the show I'm watching. How is this show making a stick figure look cool? I love that this art style is so grungy. Like, a lot of the designs look like they came from the margins of like an angsty kid's notebook. Like, this show's visual style is so wildly distinct from any other anime I've ever seen. Other than, and I'm not even gonna say Fire Force, I'm gonna say Fooly Cooly. It's so fooly cooly, but also so its own thing.
You missed! I'm too fast, you can't catch me! Yahoo! Can't see me, can you?
Why are Blackstar and Kid such vastly better Meisters than Maka? Blackstar has literal super speed. His only weakness is that he sucks. Maka can't even keep Soul in his Pokeball or Dad's dick out of a prostitute.
That's how fast I am!
To be fair though, sucking is a pretty big weakness.
I have to do something.
Playtime's over. Now we fight for real.
That looks so cool, and a 6-year-old could draw it. Like, it's crazy how cool the addition of this stick figure is. This show keeps making Blackstar fight the coolest swordsman without actually making Blackstar any cooler.
Branch out, Shadow.
Ugh, this guy is so sick. Why is he just like a throwaway antagonist? Please tell me that this sword is actually gonna stick around and be like a returning villain. I'll be so upset if they just toss him away.
Blackstar, thank you. I'll be back.
Wait, what? Tsubaki, what?
Oh, interesting. I see you're planning to come inside, aren't you?
What is happening? What an actually really cool twist for the end of this episode. I can't wait to see what the inside of this demon sword looks like.
Make sure you come back.
Why is the moon worse here? Is this just like what moons look like in this universe? You're telling me there's like 80 to 95 of these surrounding Jupiter?
It's so nice to see you, Tsubaki.
Hi, brother.
Consider me sufficiently hyped. This is sick. I'm glad they didn't just throw this guy away. I kind of like the design of the dude he possessed. He looked pretty cool. But as long as this sword fucking remains a character, I also like the idea of like Tsubaki, who is a weapon, has an evil brother who is also a weapon. Just a recipe for hype. But as always, let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below. I'm very much still enjoying Soul Eater. And if you like this video and you like seeing me talk about anime, but wish I talked about some more recent anime, make sure you check out my podcast, Otaku's Anonymous, where me and fellow YouTuber NC Hammer 23 talk about all the latest anime to come out, latest video games, etc. The link to that will be in the description below, along with my Patreon and merch links. And I will see you guys next time.
Hold on to me, baby. Won't you come a little closer? Will I live for